Your neighborhood friendly Superman is back. And ladies, what is the reason for all of this? Woo! Special shout out to Ric Flair, by the way. So of course, what's been trending is Willy Paul getting arrested. Of course, we've seen the guy pull this stance before, but I hope I've not crashed this. Okay. Yeah, so of course, let me just put this thing here. So of course, we've seen the guy pull this stunt before, and at first people were saying it's clout up until the nigga got arrested, taken to Kiambu police, okay, a police station in Kiambu, whatever the name of that police station is. So the guy gets taken to Kiambu. Later on we see people like Bahati come in, kwa dhani hata labda Bahati anakam kumcheki, kumbe it's related to that issue they had with Diana Bahati back in the day, where Diana Bahati was actually claiming to have been raped by Willy Paul. Now, of course, Willy Paul is a very easy target to be accused for rape. Why? Because the guy is an open book and he has always displayed himself out there as a ladies man. Mademo anashindanga kusema, Willy Paul this, Willy Paul that, and he's never hidden it. So of course he's an easy target for a self-proclaimed former prostitute like Diana Bahati. I'm not calling her a prostitute because I'm mean to women or I hate women. She confessed it herself. She says she was a prostitute, a hoe. She used to sleep with different men, one for her rent, one for her this, and another for her that.
I dated guys for money. I had people who used to give me, I dated someone who used to pay my rent. Nilikuwa na mtu wa kunilifanyia shopping ya nyumba. Nilikuwa na mtu wa kunibaya manguo. Nilikuwa na mtu wa kunipeleka.
But here comes Captain Save a Ho, Daniel, what's his name? Kyoko Bahati. Captain Save a Ho comes into play. He does God's work as the good minister that he is, and he converts this hoe to a wife, which is a good thing, honestly. If you ask me, I think they are doing great things as a couple, right? Financially, they are doing some great things to be emulated by other couples. But now I don't understand where it gets to a point that Diana Bahati comes and says, well, Willy Paul raped me. Well, as far as I'm concerned, prostitutes don't get raped, but a prostitute would be in a good position to... Yeah, I hope I'm not using this word. People, just to be clear, what is a prostitute? A prostitute is a woman who exchanges sexual favors for monetary value. And that is what Diana Bahati said some years ago. She said she used to sleep with men for monetary value. It's there. The evidence is there. So I'm not in the wrong for saying she was a former prostitute, right? Unless we want to sugarcoat it, right? So, pardon my ignorance. Let me repeat myself. Pardon my ignorance. According to me, prostitutes don't get raped, right? But only a prostitute would be in a good position to tell us if prostitutes get raped or not. So that's where pardon my ignorance comes in. So if you're a prostitute out there, you can come to the comment section below and tell us, can prostitutes get raped? Okay? Now that we have that out of the way, after she made all that video, after all those many years about Willy Paul raping her and all that, Nika the Queen, Dr. Fueneke's former wife, baby mother, goes to social media and says, hey, Diana Bahati, you're lying. Willy Paul never raped you. At the time, Willy Paul used to say at the same estate where Dr. Fueneke and myself used to stay, Willy Paul was driving a Mark X at the time. He comes, stops over, he meets us. You are in the car, he greets us, and you guys head over to his place. And I think Diana Bahati had gone to her place, a few times. Okay, so what does that do? It like nullifies all these allegations that Diana Bahati has labeled on Willy Paul. And who is Willy Paul? He goes and does a song called Diana. Not to say it was dedicated to Diana, but he does a song called Diana. You need to listen to the song. It's an interesting song. Okay. Then I don't know when that story later on, transitioned to, Willy Paul cyberbullying Diana Bahati. I don't know when it transitioned to that. Okay. But apparently it did, and Willy Paul has been amekuwa akikuwa summoned by the DCI to go, to report to the nearest station, blah blah blah, and all of that thing. And apparently he hasn't been doing that, and that is why he was arrested. Mimi, honestly, perusing my Instagram, my social profiles, I don't recall seeing anywhere. And with even this gossip YouTube channels or even vlogs, if there was a time Willy Paul really cyberbullied Diana Bahati, they would have reported it, right? So I don't think if there's anyone who's come across, posts or comments by Willy Paul, of him cyberbullying Diana Bahati. Honestly, if there's anyone who's been cyberbullying Diana Bahati, is Andrew Kibe. So if there's anyone who should be getting arrested here, is Andrew Kibe. So for me, I think it goes deeper than, what the lawyers are telling us. At first, Willy Paul was saying on social media that the guys are accusing him of knocking someone down with his car and running away. And I don't think he would lie, right? He wouldn't lie. So clearly that's what they told him. So if he hadn't gone and posted about it on social media, probably would be hearing something else. And what does this tell you about Bahati? It also tells you that Bahati is well connected, right? Number two, was this all necessary? Ama tu ni clout imepanda. Probably it's a game Bahati and Willy Paul are playing. Probably they went to the extent of having Willy Paul getting arrested so that they can, have this issue settled out of court and then end up releasing us. Bro, bwana mi, wasanii wa Kenya bwana, ogopa. Ogopa bro, ogopa.